everyone, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. It's so good to be back. I hope you missed me because I missed you a lot. I took a little break, took a few months off to think about what I want to do next in my channel. Took a little vacay in Thailand. That's when I also finished my first crochet dress. If you saw it, you saw it. If you didn't, here it is. I took a little break, but now I'm back. I really missed making videos for you guys. In the time I took for myself, I did some crochet workshops, frontal. It just made it so clear for me that I love teaching crochet, how meaningful it is to me to spread the love for crochet with anyone who wants to learn it, because it really is one of the biggest gifts I can give to the world, and I'm back here to continue doing it. During those workshops, those frontal workshops, I got to see a close glimpse of how beginners deal with learning crochet. And it made me a much better teacher. So I'm here with you today to talk about one of the biggest problems beginners deal with when they're starting crochet. And it is, of course, the magic ring. I put together the main repetitive mistakes that I see beginners make. And it is pretty complicated, so don't feel bad about yourself if you made those mistakes or you're still dealing with those mistakes. I'm here today to tell you how to solve them and become the master of the magic ring. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe to my channel. It is the best way you can support me and my work. It's totally free and it makes me so happy. If you have some requests about tutorials or any other idea for a video you want me to make, anything crochet related, please let me know in comments. Let's start! If you haven't mastered the magic ring yet, don't worry about it. I have a tutorial on my channel that's very slow and very detailed, so go watch it and come back to this video later. I'm going to go over how to make the magic ring very quickly. Put the free end of the yarn on your palm, press it with your thumb, and wrap the rest of the yarn around your palm to form an X shape. Then turn your hand and put the yarn between your pinky and fourth finger. Now you have two parallel lines on the back of your hand. Then insert your hook under the right line. Using the hook's head, grab the left line under the right one to form a triangle shape. Twist the hook towards you, and using the hook's head, grab the line between your pinky and finger into the loop on the hook. And this creates the magic ring. The first mistake beginners make when working with the magic ring is holding only the left side of the ring or not holding it at all. If you're holding only the left side, the ring will not be stable and the stitches can turn out very messy and tangled. What should you do if this happens to you? Unravel what you did, hold both sides of the ring between your thumb and middle finger, leaving a small space so you can still easily insert your hook into the ring. This creates great tension to work your stitches into the ring without the ring moving all the time. The second mistake beginners make when working with the magic ring is making their stitches into a huge ring space. There's absolutely no need to work into a big ring, it only makes it less stable to work with. The first thing you should do after creating a magic ring is close it as small as possible while still being able to insert your hook into it. Don't close it too small. This ring size is absolutely enough to work your stitches into while still having enough control. If we circle back to the first tip, working with a small ring and holding both sides of it will make it so much easier to work into the ring. After you're done making the number of stitches the pattern requires, close the ring all the way so it's sealed. The third mistake beginners tend to make when working with a magic ring is pulling out the tail and working only on the left strand of the ring. If you do this, the ring won't be able to close completely and it can unravel more easily by mistake. What should you do instead? When working the ring, make your stitches on the left side of the ring, inserting your hook under two strands of yarn, the left side of the ring and the tail left from the knot. Only after you're done should you pull the tail to close the ring. Mistake number 4 beginners make when working with a magic ring is working on the wrong strand of yarn. I've seen beginners work into this strand here, and the most common mistake is working on the right side of the ring. When working into the magic ring, you should always work into the strands to the left of the top knot. If you work your stitches on the right side of the ring, you won't be able to pull the tail to close it at the end. What should you do if this happens? Unravel what you made and move to the left side of the ring. Circling back to the previous tip, move your hook under both the left strand and the tail on the left side. Then when it's time to close it, the ring will close easily. The last and fifth mistake I see beginners make when working with the magic ring is not closing it tightly enough. Beginners tend to close it very gently and leave a hole in the center of the first round. This can become a problem because crochet yarn is stretchy and leaving a hole can make it grow bigger later in the project's life. What should you do? If you followed all of my previous tips, pull the tail firmly and then pull a little bit more, as much as you can until you can't pull anymore. Of course, be careful not to break the tail. Okay, that's it. We're done. I hope this video helped you with the magic ring and got you a little more understanding about how to solve the problems that you can have with the magic ring. Let me know if it helped you because it's really, really important for me to know. Let me know about other videos you want me to make, tutorials, problem solving, anything you have in mind, really. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye!